Welcome to the fourth episode of Smart Wine Cellar. In this episode, we're going to talk about software. Before jumping into showing you the software, I would just like to give you a short update about the wine rack. I have now ordered it from the CNC factory. The bad news is that it's going to take 4 weeks for it to arrive. During that time, I will start developing a software to get a better overview of my wine inventory, and also this is a software that will control the actual lights. Let's jump into the demo of the software. Please leave your comments below. It would help me so much to get even more ideas. And yeah, let me show you what I built so far.
Okay, so this is the first version I built. It's a really bright dashboard, and I realized that I'm going to use this on an iPad in the wine cellar where it's pretty dark. Using this with this bright color mode will not work. It would be too bright, so I decided to go with a darker theme. This is the main dashboard. The way this works is that it pulls the data from Cellar Tracker and shows it more visualized. In the top part, you could see the total amount of bottles, you could see the amount of ready-to-drink bottles, you could see how many that have passed the drinking window and how many that is maturing. You also see status for the last 12 months, how many you have bought and how many you have consumed. You also see a wine status on the right hand side showing the percentage of the amount of bottles that are ready to drink, past drinking window and maturing. In the bottom of the dashboard you see the maturing coming years, so you could see how many bottles that will be ready to drink the coming 5 years. You also see how many that will end their drinking window the coming 5 years. And if you want, you could click on this one and you will get a detailed overview about the different wines that are in that status. Same for the other bottles here. If you would like to see the ones that you have consumed or bought a certain month, you could see that here as well. But let's get back to this to you a little bit later. Here's the visual overview, as I've mentioned in a few videos before. The difference here is that when you see this on the screen, I made the dot smaller if the drinking window have just started and bigger if the drinking window is coming to an end. And if you put your mouse over one of the bottles here, you see the drinking window, you see the name of the wine, you see from which part of the world the wine is, and you also see what blend it is. This overview, I really love this, and I can't wait to see this in an actual wine rack. Then we have light control, where you could see the standard lights, which is basically the same as this wine rack. Or you could choose to only see the ones that are ready to drink or the ones that have passed drinking window. You could also just choose a random bottle, or you could choose to see the most expensive bottle, or you could choose to see where you are able to put your bottle. I also built in this small effects. This is purely just for fun and some kind of Easter egg. You're also able to find a bottle depending on food, country, blend, price or color. Let's say that I would like to eat red meat. Recommended for this is medium red or bold red. So below you see the different blends that I have in my cellar that goes under the category medium red or bold red. So let's choose a red Bordeaux blend. We found 28 bottles of this. If I click on this one, it will light up just those bottles in the wine rack, but I could also choose to see detailed wine information. And here I could see all the different information about the wines. I could see the name of the wine, the size of the bottle, the status of the bottle, when I bought it, the vintage, color, category, and so on. If I want, I could just choose a few of these ones here and click Show 3 selected wines. This will light up those 3 wines in the actual wine rack. I could also click here to just get a shortcut to Cellar Tracker if I would like to mark it as consumed, for example. I could also hit here, choose a random bottle, and that would just choose a random bottle from the list. And if I click it multiple times, it will just go on. If I click on show all wines, it will show all the wines that I have in this list in the actual wine rack. I could also search for wine here. If I want a wine from Italy matching this, I just write Italy and it will filter out all of these ones. And show all wines will show all the ones in the list here in the actual wine rack with lights. Can't wait until it's live. You could also choose to find a bottle from a country. So let's say that I would like to drink a bottle from France. I could choose a region, and if I don't want to choose a region, I could choose all regions, and then I could choose a blend. So let's choose Pinot Noir, and I have 4 bottles from France, from all regions, that is Pinot Noir. And I could see which one it is in this list, choose a appropriate one, and show it in the wine rack. Then it's basically the same for everything else with price and color and so on. If I click on statistics, I could see that I have mostly Nebbiolo in my wine cellar. That's 15% of all bottles. And I also love this overview because here you see where you should buy more wine to get like a more even wine cellar. And if you click on this one, of course, it would show you all your Nebbiolo bottles. The country looks quite the same. Show the amount of bottles in the cellar depending on which country it is. And if I click on USA, I will of course get the list for USA bottles. The type of wine shows which color of wine I have and also which type of wine. I have mostly red wine, and after that I have sparkling wine. And it's also clickable here to see that list. Vintages shows the vintages I have in my wine cellar. The most common is from 2016, and that's 21% of all of my inventory. I could also see like the consumed wines below. Raw inventory data is just a list of all the wines I have in my cellar, and it's searchable, and you could choose a few bottles and click show the selected ones, and that will light up in the actual wine rack. This is how far I've come now. I would love to hear your comments. Please share ideas that you have for new functionality. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next episode. Bye!